can't hit what you can't see. I'm a myth to them, a rumor, but the power is very real. Move like a ghost, leave no trace, securing the power in the darkest place. Move like a ghost, leave no trace, securing the power in the darkest place. No cameras, no flash, just a blank face. No cameras, no cameras, no flash, just a blank face. Yeah, in the dark. I don't take pictures, I don't do the interviews. I don't want my face blasted on the evening news. I'm a ghost in the system, operating in the blind, leaving all the vanity and the ego behind. They whisper my name in the back of the club, but they don't know the face of the man at the hub. I pull the heavy strings from behind the velvet curtain, making sure the outcome is absolutely certain. I got the politicians in the pocket of my coat. I'm the one navigating the heavy ferry boat. You want the shiny spotlight, you want the heavy fame. I just want the absolute control of the game. I slip through the cracks of the governmental net. I'm the biggest undiscovered geographical threat. I leave no fingerprints, no digital footprint. I vanish in the dark without a solitary hint. Move like a ghost, leave no trace, securing the power in the darkest place. Move like a ghost, leave no trace, securing the power in the darkest place. No cameras, no flash, just a blank face. No cameras, no cameras, no flash, just a blank face. Yeah, in the dark. The feds got a file, but the file is completely empty. They trying to find a weakness, trying to heavily tempt me. But I don't have a vice, I don't gamble with the dice. I'm colder than the absolute 0-degree ice. I communicate through layers, intermediaries, and guards. I hold the most valuable and the heaviest of cards. They chasing after shadows, chasing after the smoke. I'm delivering the fatal and the ultimate stroke. When the rival bosses fall and the empires crash, I'm the one sweeping up the remaining of the ash. I build the shell companies, wash the money clean, operating the most intricate and quiet machine. I'm the boogeyman that the other gangsters fear, because I can make a problem completely disappear without raising a finger, without raising a voice. I leave the opposition with the solitary choice. They can't see you. They can't shoot you. Move like a ghost. Move like a ghost. Move like a ghost, leave no trace, securing the power in the darkest place. Move like a ghost, leave no trace, securing the power in the darkest place. No cameras, no flash, just a blank face. No cameras, no cameras, no flash, just a blank face. Yeah, in the dark. Move in silence, they won't even know what hit them. There comes a time when you have to put the sword down. Surviving the war was step one. Now, it's time to actually live. The bag. I packed the duffel bag, tossed it in the trunk, leaving behind the alleys and the city junk. I looked deaf in the eye too many times to count, watching the paranoia and the anxiety mount. I seen the bravest soldiers put inside the dirt. I'm walking away before I get a permanent shirt. No grand announcements, no shaking of their hands, just the quiet disappearance to the distant lands. I leave the crown on the table, let them fight for the throne. I'm stepping out the matrix, entering me unknown. They say once you win, you can never get out, but I'm the living proof, shattering the doubt. I put the car in drive, rolling down the glass, watching all the landmarks of my history pass. It's a bittersweet feeling, but my spirit is light, escaping from the darkness straight into the bright. Pack the bags, turn the key, walking towards a brand new destiny. Pack the bags, turn the key, walking towards a brand new destiny. The bag. highway stretching out, nothing but the open road. Lifting off the heavy psychological load. My phone is turned off, disconnected from the grid, leaving behind the man and rescuing the kid. I traded the hollow points for the peace of mind. The violence and the chaos is 50 miles behind. I'm headed for the coast where the ocean is blue, to figure out a life that is beautiful and new. It takes a bigger man to walk away from the fight, to surrender the ego and step into the light. I survived the golden era, navigated the trap. Now I'm completely wiping off the geographical map. Let the young bloods battle for a corner of hell. I'm breaking out the psychological invisible cell. The sunrise hitting on the dashboard of the ride. A solitary man with a quiet sense of pride.
The hardest thing for a soldier to do is learn how to be a civilian. I'm finally breathing. Turn the key. Walking towards a brand new destiny. Pack the bags. Turn the key. Walking towards a brand new destiny. Pack the bags. Turn the key. Walking towards a brand new destiny. Next chapter. I'm out. Next chapter. I'm out.
Yeah. They want us to destroy each other, but true power is construction.
Listen and learn. Listen and learn.
I used to look at the block like a battlefield, holding on to the steel, thought it was a shield. But every brother that fell was a lesson learned. Watching the bridges we needed get slowly burned. I took a step to the back, analyzed the maze. Saw the puppet master pulling strings in the haze. They want us locked in the cell or locked in the box, so I traded the hammer in for the building blocks. Ain't no honor in dying for a zip code. I'm paving out a brand new conscious road. Got the ink on my fingers instead of the blood, growing a concrete lotus right out of the mud. We fighting over corners that we don't even own, while the politicians sitting on a comfortable throne. I put the pistol in the river, let the water wash the sin. Traded hollow point bullets for a notebook and a pen. Build a block, watch the clock, turning every stumbling stone into a solid rock. Build a block, watch the clock, turning every stumbling stone into a solid rock. My vocabulary shifting, my posture is straight. I ain't waiting for luck, I'm orchestrating my fate. Talking real estate numbers on the corner store, teaching the younger generation how to settle the score without raising the fist, without pulling the trigger. Making the community and the intellect bigger. When the sirens are screaming, I remain in the quiet, a calm meditation in the midst of a riot. I'm reading Sun Tzu, applying tactics to the block, turning every stumbling stone into a solid rock. They keep us distracted with the shiny diamond chains, while they quietly extracting every drop inside our veins. I walk through the trenches in the tailored to the armor. Not a soldier anymore, I'm the intellectual farmer, planting seeds of revolution in the concrete crack. Once you elevate your mind, ain't no turning back. You can't fight a war if you don't know who the enemy is. Enemy ain't your brother, it's the system. Build a block, watch the clock, turning every stumbling stone into a solid rock. Build a block, watch the clock, turning every stumbling stone into a solid rock. Build a foundation, leave a legacy. Yeah, rewrite it. Write it. Yeah. conscious, heavy truth, standing right beside me in the dusty, isolated booth. We swore to protect the integrity of the raw sound, to keep our heavy footprints upon the underground. But then the major label came with a massive paper check, and you put the corporate collar around your fragile neck. Now you dancing on the televised, superficial pop screen, acting like a manipulated, tragic and sad machine. You rapping about the exclusive clubs and the shiny cars, forgetting the brothers incarcerated behind the bars. You traded your holy soul for a temporary fleeting fame, disrespecting the deeply historical underground name. I listened to your new album, it sounds incredibly weak. You lost a profound, exceptional ability to speak. You a manufactured artificial, walking and talking ghost, serving exactly what the corporate masters loudly boast. Keep the soul, pay the toll, refusing to play the commercialized role. Keep the soul, pay the toll, refusing to play the commercialized role. Keep the soul, pay the toll, refusing to play the commercialized role. They tell you that you elevated, reaching for the bright stars, but you trapped behind the invisible psychological bars. A beautifully decorated golden cage is still a cage, regardless of the massive, incredibly inflated wage. I'd rather be a broke underground, unrecognized king than to completely sell out, compromise my morals and sing. The culture is not a cheap, heavily discounted commodity. It is a profound, historical and holy property. You lost the absolute, undeniable street respect, the highly intelligent, revolutionary intellect. I'm holding the front line down with my brothers in the dark, wearing the invisible crown, leaving a permanent mark. The underground is a heavily guarded sacred space for the pure, unadulterated, original human race. I wash my hands and you completely sever the old tie, watching your authentic historical legacy slowly die. You bought a mansion, but you don't even own your own voice. Who's the real boss? Not you. I'm heavily standing my unshakable holy ground, producing the undeniably authentic original sound. No compromises, absolutely no artificial regrets, paying my historical, deeply embedded cultural debts. The underground army is marching incredibly strong, singing the unified, rebellious and revolutionary song. I look at the corporate shiny, superficial platinum plaque, and I firmly, proudly and permanently turn my back. The golden era essence is miraculously still alive, as long as the real, uncompromising soldiers survive. The underground kingdom is permanently etched in the stone. I'm sitting comfortably on the unadulterated throne. Go, 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 go. Keep your advances, keep your advances, keep your advances. Keep your advances. The first lie was small. That is what makes the road dangerous. Nobody wakes up a traitor. You become one decision at a time. Gold record on the wall, penthouse over the town. Every room full of people, not one brother around. I reached what I wanted and discovered too late. A dream built on betrayal is a beautiful cage. Your name was removed from the documentary cut. They asked me one question, I did not interrupt. I could have said he built this, instead I stayed still. And silence signed a lie more completely than ink will. That was not the beginning, only where I arrived. So I walked through the city, tracing back with the crime. Bright studio lights, hoes praising my mind. Called me the sole architect of the whole design. I smiled at the camera, let the mythology grow. Though half of the concepts came from nights in your home. Afterward you texted, brother,
why did you agree?
I replied, it is promotion.
Do not make this about me.
That sentence held the door through which arrogance came, turning justified, hurting to jealousy by name. I took the long way back through every lie I told. Past the rooms that felt warm but left my spirit cold. I cannot ask forgiveness like a debt you must pay. I can only walk the truth in the opposite way. Yeah, 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 yeah. Trace that road.
Name that act.
as if the group became one. Said your record make the company nervous, too fun. I told myself accepting could protect us in time, that I would bring you back after building the climb. But compromise grows teeth when it feeds on delay. One temporary choice becomes a permanent weight. I signed without calling and announced it as fact. Expected brotherhood to survive, but respect could not take. You did not shout or threaten, just place down your keys. Said the brother would have spoken before deciding for me. The quiet disappointment followed every applause. The first truthful sentence naming what ambition had caused. Before contracts and cameras came smaller events. Missing your credits, delaying percentages, choosing new friends for the table upstairs, leaving you with the crew like you belonged only there. I called it network and said you did not understand, but success had begun changing how I measured the man. Anyone useful felt close, anyone honest felt tense. I traded depth for access and called it common sense. Betrayal rarely enters where an enemy close. It arrives as convenience that nobody opposes. Every time I stay silent to protect my advance, I move one step farther from the brother I had. I cannot undo the distance, I cannot unmake the pain. I cannot wash the memory by standing in the rain. But I can return what I took, I can speak your rightful name. Even if you never trust me, I will choose the truth again. Finally the old doorway, rust around the frame, where two unknown boys first divided one name. I remembered the promise written over the wall: if one reaches daylight, he comes back for us all. I reached daylight alone, then pretended I earned every stair, every lesson, every bridge that we burned. The wall had been painted, but the word stayed in mind. A promise does not vanish because success makes you blind. So I called the label, corrected every credit, transferred half the catalog before you requested, recorded an interview naming all that you made, not as bait for forgiveness, not a public parade. I stepped down from the company, opened every account, paid each artist the difference from the incorrect amounts. Then I sent one short message without asking reply. I betrayed what we built, I will no longer deny. 3 months later, I found you outside the old store. You nodded once slowly, did not open the door. I said, I understand if the friendship is through. You said change is not proven by one honest move. Then you walked toward the station, I stayed where I stood. No reunion for cameras, no ending made good. But the next day, you sent me one unfinished beat. 16 bars, no promises, let the truth meet the street. I took the long way back to every lie I told. Past the rooms that felt warm but left my spirit cold. Forgiveness is not guaranteed because I changed my way. But redemption means choosing what is right every day. The first lie was small, so was the first honest step back. That is how every road begins. I brought 2 microphones. One for the words I can still say, one for the silence you left behind. Look. Carry it forward. Carry it forward. Your face on the wall got fresh paint today. Gold halo, black hoodie, 2 hands raised. Candles fight the wind under tracks overhead. Everybody calls you legend now that you were dead. Funny how love gets loud when the heart cannot hear. People who missed every birthday keep appearing with tears. They post old photographs, call you brother and friend. But where were all those voices near the difficult end? I stand at the edge with your mother beside me. She holds my arm because her knees move weakly. She says you were the one he trusted the most, and the sentence hits harder than the passing train smoke. Because the night that you called, I let it ring twice. I was angry over money, over credit and pride. By the time I called back, another voice said your name, and nothing in my life has sounded normal again. I carry my half and I carry your side.
Carry every unfinished dream you left behind.
But I cannot call it honor if I die while I breathe.
I will live for us both.
That is what you would need.
Carry it forward.
Carry it.
Carry it.
We argued in the studio over 116. You said I cut your verse to make myself look supreme. I told you stop complaining, said the track needed space, but the truth was your performance put my pride in this place. You walked out angry, slammed the rusted back door, said brotherhood means nothing if respect is ignored. I laughed with the crew like your pain was a show, too proud to come running, too afraid to let go. A week became a month and the silence grew roots. Both of us told our circles different versions of truth. We were waiting for the other to surrender his pride, never knowing how quickly the last chance could die. 2 microphones, 1 empty booth, one lesson arriving too late. 2 microphones, 1 empty booth, one. Look, you found me on the rooftop after my daughter moved. Custody papers folded in my pocket with the news. I said nothing mattered, said I wanted to jump. You did not give a speech, you just sat on the ledge for 4 straight hours. You stayed in the cold, let me curse every failure I was scared to hold. When sunrise came orange through the factory steam, you said your child needs a father more than death needs a scene. You walked me downstairs, took the bottle from my hand, called my mother yourself, helped me build a new plan. You saved me without asking for a medal or song, and I repaid that grace by needing to be right when you were gone. I carry my half and I carry your side.
Carry the night on the rooftop when you kept me alive.
But guilt is not loyalty and pain is not proof.
So I will build something living from the weight of the truth.
Yo, call me when you cool down. We have been through too much to let one record become bigger than us. Love you, brother. 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 I played that message daily till the words became scars. Stuffed in the Rick studio, stopped driving your car. I thought joy was betrayal, thought laughter was wrong, thought surviving meant stealing the years you were owed. Then your mother came over with your notebook in hand, said he wrote out a vision, you should finish the plan. On the first page, a sentence underlined twice: if one brother falls early, the other builds life. Not revenge, not a monument covered in gold. A studio for children where the stories get told. Free sessions every week and warm food in the back. Teach them ownership, discipline, and how to finish a track. That is how I will carry you, not drowning in blame, but creating new doors in the place where we came. Every child who finds purpose before violence can speak will be one more verse in the legacy we keep. I carry my half and I carry your side.
Carry every unfinished dream you left behind.
I will not call it honor if I die while I breathe.
I will live for us both.
That is what you would need. Live for the fallen, build for the young. Speak his truth, finish what begun. 2 microphones, 1 voice in the room, 1 voice in
Every reason
I refuse to give up. Rest, brother. I will take it from here.
I will take it from here.
They ask what we became. Wrong question. Look at what we refuse to become. Yeah, our fathers taught silence through slammed apartment doors. Taught anger was power and tenderness was poor. We inherited storms we did not understand. 2 boys wearing fear, trying hard to look like men. We made the same mistakes when our own children came. Missed dinners for sessions, called ambition the name. Bought shoes after absence, brought gifts after lies, thinking money could erase disappointment from their eyes. Then you called me one night after your son said this: Dad knows every crowd, but does he know what I miss? That sentence hit hard, made the old cycle clear. We were becoming the men we had spent years trying to fear. So we canceled 1 tour, took the loss on the road. Started showing up daily, stopped performing the code. Learned to say I was wrong without losing our pride. Became fathers in practice, not just fathers outside. We are what we refuse to become. We stopped running when responsibility came. No child in our house has to earn our love. No brother gets buried, just protecting the name. Break that chain, change that road. We are not just the scars that the old block gave. We are every dark pattern we refuse to obey. Then the money came calling Falling with a polished disguise. Wanted rights to the masters in control of our lives. They said signed by midnight, this can change where you live. But the deal took forever and gave nothing to the kids. Years ago, we were signed just to escape from the cold and wake up with the chain and no rights to the gold. But hunger made us reckless, wisdom made us slow. So we hired our own counsel and protected the flow. We built a small label where the contracts read plain. Every artist owns masters, every split shows a name. No hidden percentage, no exploiting the young. No selling street drama just because darkness gets sung. That warehouse behind us where we once hid from snow is a gym in the studio where the next voices grow. The greatest kind of wealth is not a car or a throne. It is building what you needed when you suffered alone. We came from the fire, but we do not bring it home. We came from the silence, but our children will be known. We carry the darkness, now we open every door. We are not what tried to break us. We are something more. Something more. Brother, we became something. Look at our daughters laughing near the edge of the court. They do not know the feeling of avoiding support. Our sons speak the sadness, never punished for tears. They will not call it weakness like we did all those years. That is victory, brother, though the charts never know. No reward for the curses that we chose not to grow. No camera when you apologize and patiently stay. No headline when the father ends a cycle in a day. We still rap with the grit, still the bass stays deep. Still remember every promise that the underground keeps. But we do not glorify every grave that we pass. We tell the whole story, not a marketable half. The block made us fighters, but the bond made us wise. Taught us strength is created where destruction once thrived. When they ask for a legacy after both of us are gone, say they left fewer wounds for their children to carry on.
Not what we bought,
What we changed,
not who feared us,
who felt safe,
not how hard.
how we grew,
Two underground brothers
made the old curse lose.
We are what we refuse to become.
We stopped running when responsibility came. No child in our house has to earn our love.
No brother,
No brother gets buried, just protecting a name. We are not just the scars that the old block gave.
we are not just the scars.
Oh, that the old block gave.
We are every dark pattern.
We refuse to obey.
They may never put our names in a hall made of gold,
but the next generation walks a less broken road.
they ask what we became. Fathers, builders, brothers.
Something more.
Something more. Roll call. Stone, here. Ghost, here. Mac, here. Dre, leave the chair where it is. Leave the chair where it is. Yeah. Leave the chair where it is. 3 weeks, no answer, no light in his room. Landlord said he left with the bag before noon. Crew started talking like the facts were clear. Maybe he switched, maybe fame pulled him near. I said, watch how you speak when a brother disappears. A wounded man gets buried underneath careless ideas. Last month, he was quiet, barely touching his food. Still, we called it an attitude instead of reading the mood. He missed 2 sessions. We complained about time, never asked if the darkness had been changing his mind. We knew every cadence, every breath in his flow, but ignored all the signs in the man that we know. His chair stayed empty, but his verse remained armed. 16 unfinished bars in the notebook marked calm. First line said, brothers love the strongest disguise, but who sees the weak man when the strong image dies? No empty chair gets filled with a stranger. Yeah. No missing brother gets renamed a traitor. Before we judge, before rumors spread, we search every road till we know he is safe. Bring him back, bring him back, bring him back. Call his name. No brother becomes a story of shame. Yeah. We checked every diner where he rode after shows. Every train line, platform, every house that he knows. Called his aunt in the south, called the clinic downtown. Called the old boxing gym where we worked when broke down. And ghosts found a message buried deep in his phone. I am tired of being useful but afraid to be known. Everybody needs something when they call my name, but nobody asks whether I can carry the weight. That line cut the room, put our pride in the dust. We had praised his endurance while exhausting his trust. Called him the backbone, kept adding I load and acted surprised when he walked from the road. Real brothers do not worship, but man being tough. They notice when the strongest has been strong long enough, so we divided the city. Took a district apiece, not chasing the rapper, trying to bring a man peace.
Do not fade where the street lights die. I know you were tired, you do not have to lie. No chains on your heart, no debt on your name. Come back as yourself, we do not need the same.
You can drop every title, every road, every crown. If the weight gets too heavy, brother, put it all down. We are not calling for music, we are calling for you. No empty chair in the circle till the whole crew comes through.
Found him there, sunrise in the bus station seat. Old hood on his head, worn shoes on his feet. No dramatic rescue, no speech for the crew. I sat 2 chairs over, said we came looking for you. He said I cannot return and keep carrying men. I said then do not carry us, let us start again. He said I need distance, I said distance is fair. Brotherhood is not ownership, we will still leave your chair. We called professional help, drove him somewhere warm. Told the crew no details, privacy also protects from harm. Canceled the sessions, put the album on hold, because no release date matters more than bringing someone home.
No empty chair gets filled with a stranger. No missing brother gets renamed a traitor. Before we judge, before rumors spread, we search every road till we know he is safe.
Roll call, Stone, here. Ghost, here. Mac, here. Track, healing, that counts.
Leave the chair where it is.
Golden hours,
Good times.
yeah. This is for the ones we miss.
Sun setting over the horizon, painted it in gold. Thinking about the memories that never will get old. Rolling through the neighborhood, windows rolled down. Listening to the classic West Coast sound. We used to play the block, dreaming about the big stage. Before we ever understood the turning of the page. Now we looking at the pictures fading in the frame. Nothing stays the same, but we honoring the name. I got a bottle in my hand, thinking about the crew. The ones who kept it solid, the ones who stayed true.
Time keeps moving on, but the spirit isn't gone. Look up to the sky. We will never say goodbye. Pour a little out for the past.
Make the memories last.
Every sunset in the sky
Tells another day goodbye.
pour a little out for the past.
Time is moving way too fast.
Hold the ones you love the most. Raise a glass and make a
The
toast.
street lights flickering, casting heavy silhouettes. Living with no fear, loving with no regrets. Some made it out the hood, some are locked away, but we all share the bond that can never decay. I hear the laughter echoing across the empty park. A little bit of light shining through the heavy dark. We ain't got the riches, but we rich inside the mind, leaving all the petty drama and the hate behind. So ride to the rhythm, let the music set you free. This is exactly how it's always supposed to be.
Time keeps moving on, but the spirit isn't gone. Look up to the sky. We will never say goodbye. Pour a little out for the past.
Make the memories last.
Every sunset in the sky
Tells another day goodbye.
pour a little out for the past.
Time is moving way too fast.
Hold the ones you love the most. Raise a glass and make a toast for the memories. Keep cruising.
keep us fighting over the crumbs on the floor. So we never look up to see who's eating the whole pie. The real enemy wears a tie. Yeah. They keep us fighting over the We loading the heavily modified, dangerous clips. The deeply embedded hatred resting heavy on the lips. Red and the blue colors dividing the deeply broken block. Worshiping the deeply destructive, heavily loaded Glock. We fighting the brothers who looking exactly like us, throwing the entire community perfectly under the bus. The drive-by shootings tearing the heavily fragile peace, providing the overtime for the heavily armed police. We claim that we heavily protecting the neighborhood turf, but we heavily acting like a deeply uneducated serf. The territorial pride is a heavily blinding disease, bringing the deeply powerful warriors right to their knees. We deeply distracted by the heavily localized petty beef, operating blindly under a heavily manipulated belief. Follow the money, the bullets stop at the corner, but the profits go downtown. Fighting a war that we cannot see. Blindfolds on the heavily broken community. The puppet master pulling heavily on the green strings, while the deeply devastated neighborhood sadly sings. Yeah. The strings. Look at the heavily fortified banks in the corporate suites. They deeply profiting from the heavily violent streets. They heavily redline the deeply impoverished broken zone, ensuring the deeply historical property is never owned. They build the privately funded, heavily massive prisons, creating the incredibly deep in the systematic divisions. We are the inventory, heavily processing stocked, ensuring the heavily deeply systemic doors remain locked. The real gangsters are heavily sitting in the parliament, passing the heavily destructive, deeply legal document. Once you realize the heavily orchestrated complex scheme, you heavily deeply wake up from the deeply violent dream. We gotta heavily unify the divided tribes, rejecting the heavily deeply embedded political bribes. Turn the heavily intellectual weapon to the sky, refusing to let the deeply historical legacy die. Fighting a war that we cannot see. Blindfolds on the heavily broken community. The puppet master pulling heavily on the green strings, while the deeply devastated neighborhood sadly sings. Yeah. See the strings. Strings. Stop fighting your mirror image. Look up, see who's pulling the strings. Unity is our only weapon. We think we hustle for our families, but the ones we claim to protect are the ones who pay the heaviest price. Wipe the tears, hide the shame. The money can't wash away the heavy blame. Wipe the tears, hide the shame. The money can't wash away the heavy blame. Bought the house, but we lost the home. Bought the house, but we lost the home. Yeah. Lost the home, yeah. I pull up to the block in the brand new tinted ride, thinking about the tears that my mother tried to hide. I bought her the designer, the diamonds and the gold, but I see the heavy stress making her look incredibly old. She's sitting on the porch staring blankly at the street, waiting for the sirens or the heavy combat boots to meet. She knows exactly where the money comes from in the dark. She knows the bloody history hidden deep inside the park. I handed her a stack, she just looked at me and cried, saying she would rather have a little boy right by her side. The luxury is hollow, the jewelry is a curse. When you riding in the Maybach, that feels just like a hearse. She praying on her knees every single Friday night, begging for the Lord to guide me back into the light. I built an empire, but
the foundation is cracked, carrying the generational trauma on my back.
Wipe the tears, hide the shame. The money can't wash away the heavy blame. Wipe the tears, hide the shame.
The money can't wash away the heavy blame.
Bought the house, but we lost the home.
Bought the house,
Bought the house, but we lost the home. Yeah,
lost the home.
lost the home.
Yeah, I promised I would quit when I made the first meal, but the greed is a disease, a bitter and a toxic pill. I'm trapped inside the cycle, addicted to the rush, living in a world where the conversation's always hush. I see the disappointment written deeply in the face, wishing she could take me far away from this geographical place. We glorify the shooters, put the killers on the throne, while the mothers left behind are weeping in the dark alone. I look at the reflection in the mirror on the wall, seeing nothing but a demon waiting for the final fall. I traded in my soul for a pocket full of paper. Now I'm choking on the heavy and the toxic urban vapor. If I could turn the clock back, I choose a different route. I graduate to college where the academics do, but the ink is already dry on the devil's contract page, leaving me to rot inside a golden heavy cage.
All the chains in the world can't fix a broken heart. Are they still here to listen? All the chains.
Wipe the tears, hide the shame. The money can't wash away the heavy blame. Wipe the tears, hide the shame.
The money can't wash away the heavy blame.
Bought the house, but we lost the home.
Bought the house,
Bought the house, but we lost the home. Yeah, lost the home.
Sorry, Mom. I lost my way. I'm trying to find the road back, 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 back. They looked at this neighborhood and saw a graveyard. I looked at it and saw a garden. You just gotta know how to grow in the dark.
Born in a heavily polluted and a toxic environment where survival is the only heavily required requirement. The buildings are abandoned, the windows are boarded up, drinking the poison from the deeply contaminated cup. The teachers in the school gave up on us years ago, telling us we ain't got nowhere positive to go. The corner hustlers are the only visible role models, while the local alcoholics heavily clutching the bottles. It feels like a heavily designed and inescapable maze, living in the permanent and deeply ignorant haze. They tell you the only way out is rapping or the basketball, otherwise you destined for a devastating heavy fall. The gravity is pulling us directly to the dirt, drowning in a century of heavily historical hurt.
They buried us deep, but they forgot we were seeds.
Planting the seed in the concrete crack, elevating the mind, never looking back. We're growing through the pain, reaching for the absolute light, winning the deeply intellectual and historical fight. Yeah, watch us grow. Yeah, watch us grow. I refuse to accept the heavily manipulated narrative, finding my own deeply profound and positive imperative. I hit the public library, studying the real estate, refusing to be a victim of a designated fate. You can't choose where you heavily starred in the race, but you dictate the finish line in the absolute pace. I built a business from the heavily accumulated scraps, redrawing the boundaries of the socio-political maps. Now I'm hiring the brothers who were standing on the block, breaking the invisible, heavily psychological lock. The concrete rose is the most beautiful flower of all, because it survived the devastation and refused to fall. We turning the heavily toxic dirt into the holy ground, broadcasting the heavily revolutionary and positive sound. Planting the seed in the concrete crack, elevating the mind, never looking back. We growing through the pain, reaching for the absolute light, winning the deeply intellectual and historical fight. Yeah, watch us grow. Yeah, watch us grow. You don't have to be the loudest to be the most dangerous. Just watch. Just listen.
Watch the corners, read the signs, read in between the concrete lines. Stay in the shadows, keep it slow.
Only a fool, as everybody know.
Watch the corners, read the signs, read in between the concrete lines. Stay in the shadows, keep it slow.
Only a fool, as everybody know. Yeah, watch him, leaning on the brick wall, blending with the dark. Watching how the local predators hunt inside the park. Youngers moving reckless, chasing after shiny chains, ignoring all the wisdom running through the older veins. I don't say a word, I just hit the cigar blunt. I can see the fear hiding right behind the tough front. The black is a chessboard, everybody is a piece, dodging the informants and the undercover police. I'm a silent spectator with the photographic mind, leaving all the petty childish arguments behind. When you keep your mouth shut, people show you who they are. You can see the real intentions from a million miles afar. I don't need a heavy crew, I don't need a massive gang. I survived the jungle using everything my mama sang. Let them make the noise, let them attract the flashing light. I'm the undisputed phantom of the metropolitan night.
Watch the corners, read the signs, read in between the concrete lines. Stay in the shadows, keep it slow.
Only a fool, as everybody know.
Watch the corners, read the signs, read in between the concrete lines. Stay in the shadows, keep it slow.
Only a fool, as everybody know. Riding in the Cutlass, cruising at a steady pace. No emotion showing on my solitary face. I can see the envy in the peripheral view. Fake friends smiling, planning what they gonna do. But I'm 10 steps ahead, playing on a different board. Quietly securing everything I can afford. I don't flaunt the money, keep the ties looking dull. Protecting the intelligence sitting inside the skull. They wanna be the kingpin, wanna hold the plastic crown, but the heavy gravity is gonna eventually pull them down. I'm investing in the silence, paying for the peace of mind, leaving the chaotic and the violent ever far behind. Surviving is an art form, a delicate ballet, avoiding all the traps that the devil tries to lay. Keep your vision sharp, never let the focus drift, operating smoothly on the graveyard shift.
You don't have to move when it's time. Everything else is just a distraction.
Read in between the concrete lines. Stay in the shadows, keep it slow.
Only a fool, as everybody know.
Watch the corners, read the signs. Read in between the concrete lines. Stay in the shadows, keep it slow.
Only a fool, as everybody know. Yeah, watch 'em.
Keep your eyes open.
Keep your eyes open. Lips, that's the formula.
I've seen 3 generations make the exact same mistakes. My job ain't to judge them, it's to teach them. Sit down. Young blood, listen. 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 Pass the torch, light the spark. God in the youngest.
on the milk crate, observing the block, watching the young hustlers running from the cop. They got the sagging pants and the aggressive attitude, thinking that the universe is owing them gratitude. I look at them and see the reflection of my youth before the harsh reality delivered me the truth. They think they reinvented how the dirty game is played. They don't know the cemetery where the founders laid. I pull a youngin' to the side, look them in the face, tell them there ain't no finish line inside the devil's race. The fast money comes with a devastating tax. The system is designed to put you flat upon your backs. I show them all my scars, bullet wounds and the burns, teaching them the lessons before the cylinder turns. I'm the designated prophet of the concrete floor, giving out the keys to unlock the heavy door. Pass the torch, pass the torch, light the spark, guiding the youngest through the dark. Pass the torch, light the spark, guiding the youngest through the dark. Got it, the guiding the youngest, through the dark. I tell them that true gangster is walking away, living so your mother doesn't have to sit and pray. A real man provides without risking his own life. He builds a sanctuary for his children and his wife. I'm dropping heavy gems on the pavement of the street, hoping that my wisdom makes this survival complete. You survive the environment by outsmarting the trap, not by putting extra hollow points inside the strap. The graveyard is filled with the toughest in the town. The quiet intellects are the ones who hold the crown. I pass the torch down with a heavy calloused hand, hoping that the future generation understand I am the bridge connecting the past to the new, wiping off the lenses so they get a clearer view. A stoic philosopher with nothing left to prove, just showing the soldiers the proper way to move. You wanna be a rebel? You wanna be dangerous? Read a book by property that terrifies the system more than any gun. Gun. Read a book. Pass the torch, light the spark, guiding the youngins through the dark. Pass the torch, light the spark, guiding the youngins through the dark. Guiding the youngins through the dark. Take the knowledge and make it out of here. Back then, every street felt like the whole world. Tonight, I can see the road beyond it. Palm shadows. Yeah. Palm shadows stretched across the basketball lane. 4 boys making plans in the summer heat haze. We said we would get rich, put our mother somewhere safe. Never spoke about the fear hidden under every face. We wore pride like armor, kept our feelings out of sight. Thought a man proved strength by surviving every night. Nobody told us healing took a different kind of nerve, or that staying angry gives the past more than it deserves. I passed that course slowly with my window halfway down. Here a younger version of us laughing through the town. One kid shouts too loud, he trying hard to look grown. I recognize the performance because I once called it home. Palm shadows behind me, open road ahead. I remember every lesson, not every word they say. Palm shadows behind me, morning past the blue. I can love where I came from without repeating what we knew. Yeah. Mama kept a jar marked future by the sink. Small bills from overtime, more hope than you would think. She said your first surroundings do not own your final name. I rolled my eyes at wisdom, then became what she explained. That jar sits on my shelf beside a photograph, a reminder that a sacrifice was never built to last. As another generation trapped in permanent defense, she did not work those hours so I could worship what we went through. group. She wanted pain transformed into something with a use. So I teach my nephew courage is not winning every fight. It is walking from a corner when the choice does not feel right. It is calling when you were hurting, letting somebody know. It is building something steady where the old damage used to grow. Palm shadows behind me, open road in view. Every scar became a compass, not a chain I must renew. Palm shadows behind me, dawn across the lane. South Central made me resilient, but I decide what I become from pain. I do not leave ashamed. I leave responsible. The block taught me how to survive. The road ahead will teach me how to live. I do not.
Before the nicknames, before the records, before anybody feared us or respected us,
We were just two boys, trying not to disappear.
Chapter 1, no names. You lived in apartment 12, I was down in 4. Both of us learned to recognize rage through a door. Your father threw bottles, mine vanished for weeks. So we met by the tracks where the abandoned train sleeps. We did not talk much on that first cold date. You handed me headphones and pressed play on the tape. A rough drum break hit, then a voice spoke truth. For the first time, pain sounded stronger than youth. We started writing names on the side of the wall, not for fame, we just needed proof we existed at all. You chose stone because nobody could move your mind. I chose ghost because the world kept looking through mine. Before we had names, we had each other. Two lost sons teaching strength to a brother. Before the block knew the sound of our pain, we carried one another through the cold and the rain. Chapter 2, the first test. At 16, you fought when they cornered me late. 3 older boys laughing by the housing estate. You took one to the jaw, still you stayed on your feet. Not because you love violence, you refused my defeat. I asked why you risked it, you said
That is the code.
a brother does not calculate the weight of the load. But later in the stairwell, you made me understand. Do not confuse being reckless with becoming a man. That sentence grew slowly as the years moved ahead. Kept my anger from choosing where my future would end. A real brother is not one who helps you attack. He is the one brave enough to hold your worst impulse back. Before we had names, before pride and respect, you protected my future when I could not see it yet. The block gave us anger, but the bond gave it aim. We became better men before we earned any name. No name,
Still brothers,
no fame.
still brothers,
No name,
still brothers,
no fame.
still brothers.
At 22, money finally entered the room. Small shows became tours, every city knew the crew. But pressure found cracks that the poverty missed. Jealous voices kept asking who mattered in the mix. I started believing I carried the sound. You started staying silent whenever I came around. One night in Detroit, every hidden word broke. Years of buried resentment rose through the smoke. You said you love being seen more than you love what we made. I called you ungrateful, said you stood in my shade. We threw every old wound like a weapon that night. Two brothers using truth in the cruelest way to fight. Then we traveled 6 months on 2 separate roads. Both pretending freedom did not feel cold. Success grew louder, but the music felt thin, because pride won the argument and both brothers did not win. Sometimes the greatest threat to brotherhood is not betrayal.
It is the need to be right.
Chapter 4.
No witnesses.
I found you in the hospital after your mother passed. No cameras, no entourage, no questions asked. You looked at me tired, then you moved your chair. That small empty space said I was welcome there. I did not give speeches, did not defend my side, just said
I chose my ego.
and a part of us died. You stared at the floor, let the silence remain, and said forgiveness does not mean forgetting the pain. We talked into morning, not as legends or stars, just the boys by the railway comparing the scars. You admitted your envy, I admitted my pride, and the truth cleaned the poison we had carried inside.
Before we had names,
We had each other.
A true wounded son
survivors. Before all the stages, before money and fame,
We learned that forgiveness,
protecting the flame. Golden Ghost,
still standing,
same first take.
still standing,
Golden Ghost,
still standing,
same first tape.
still standing.
Now the crowd knows the alias is painted in light, but those names are just armor we wear for the night. When the speakers go quiet and the tour reaches end, I call you by the name only family and no friends understand. Because a legend is temporary, a reputation can fall, but the boy by the track still remembers it all. Before the world named us, before fortune arrived, you were already my brother. That saved both our lives.
2 notebooks,
One boom box,
no audience.
that was enough.
2 no. That was enough.
Everybody wants to be the boss until it's time to do boss things. The crown looks like gold, but it feels like iron heavy. 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 Heavy.
I sit at the head of the heavily decorated table, the heavily undisputed author of the heavily urban fable. The soldiers salute me when I'm heavily walking by. No deeply embedded rival is willing to heavily try. I dictate the deeply heavily economic pace, controlling the heavily deeply historical urban space. The money is heavily flowing in deeply magnificent streams, fulfilling the deeply heavily capitalistic dreams. I built a deeply heavily fortified, heavily massive wall, ensuring the heavily deeply historical empire won't fall. The power is heavily intoxicating, deeply profound. I am the heavily undisputed king of the town. They ask for the deeply heavily monumental advice, knowing I paid the heavily deeply incredible heavy price.
A king doesn't just wear a crown, he carries the weight of every casualty in his kingdom. Heavy is the head that is wearing the crown, watching the heavily historical empire burning down. The respect is heavily paid with a deeply profound sorrow, praying the heavily deeply loyal soldiers see tomorrow. There to wait. Yeah, there to wait. Yeah, better wait. Yeah, better wait.
But behind the heavily closed doors, I heavily deeply suffer the mental wars. When a young soldier is heavily deeply tragically killed, the heavily deeply profound guilt is heavily spilled. I gotta heavily look deeply in his mother's eyes, and heavily deeply fabricate the lies, telling her that he died for a heavily deeply noble cause, hiding the heavily deeply incredibly devastating flaws. The crown is heavily deeply incredibly made of the thorns. Every heavily deeply single time she mourns. I'm deeply heavily deeply entirely responsible, carrying the deeply incredibly deeply impossible weight of the heavily deeply human lives, protecting the deeply incredibly vulnerable wives. I heavily deeply want to completely step down, but who is gonna heavily deeply protect the town? I heavily deeply carry the cross, the deeply incredibly devastating ultimate boss.
Heavy is the head that is wearing the crown, watching the heavily historical empire burning down. The respect is heavily paid with the deeply profound sorrow, praying the heavily deeply loyal soldiers see tomorrow. Yeah, better wait. Yeah, better wait. Yeah, better wait. Yeah, better wait. Everybody, boss. Everybody. It ain't a coincidence that the liquor stores outnumber the grocery stores. It's a design. Welcome to the maze. Break the walls.
see the trap. Break the walls, see the trap. Wiping off the borders on the sociological map. Break the wall, see the trap. Wiping off the borders on the sociological map. Engineered to fail, but we built to survive. Engineered to fail, but we built to survive. Yeah. Beat the odds. Look at the architecture of the neighborhood design. Everything is calculated, heavily aligned. Liquor on every corner, pawn shops in between, feeding the addiction of the metropolitan machine. The schools are underfunded, the textbooks falling apart, crushing the ambition right directly from the start. They push us in the corner, throw a weapon in the cage, watch us annihilate each other in the blind rage. Then they turn the cameras on and call us animals and thugs, blaming the community for the violence and the drugs. It's a multi-billion-dollar penitentiary complex, treating human beings like they just another flex. I see the invisible bars, I see the grand scheme, waking up the brothers from the fabricated dream. We fighting the war against an enemy unseen, operating quietly behind the digital screen. Break the wall, see the trap. Wiping off the borders on the sociological map. Break the wall, see the trap. Wiping off the borders on the sociological map. Engineered to fail, but we built to survive. Engineered to fail, but we built to survive. Yeah. Beat the odds. They gentrify the block, push the original people out, replacing the culture with the avocado sprout, raising up the rent until the families gotta move, erasing the historical and the generational groove. It's an economic cleansing, subtle and polite, happening right in front of the blinded city light. But I refuse to be a victim, refuse to be erased. I'm standing my ground in this geographical space. I'm organizing dollars, buying back the property, breaking the invisible chains of the modern slavery. We gotta pull the resources, build our own economy, reclaiming the heavily disputed autonomy. If they don't give us a seat at the table, we build our own, carving a new empire straight out of the stone. The odds are stacked heavy, the mountain is steep, but the resilience of my people is incredibly deep. You can't beat the maze. You can't beat the maze. You can't beat the maze. Break the walls. Break the walls, see the trap. Break the walls. Break the walls. Break the walls, see the trap. Wiping off the borders on the sociological map. Break the wall, see the trap. Wiping off the borders on the sociological map. Engineered to fail, but we built to survive. Engineered to fail, but we built to survive. Yeah. Beat the odds. See the trap for what it is and walk right out of it.